Hello everyone, welcome to DC Minds. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. In this video, we are going to see another C programming concept called array. Let's see it from mathematical point of view first. So in math, we have a concept called matrix, and this matrix is a collection or arrangement of number in some row and column in terms of rectangular format. So here A is a matrix with four column and one row, and another here we have another matrix called B with three row and three column. So this kind of matrix can be this matrix basically can be represented in C programming using a concept called array. So if we have a matrix with just one row and as many any column you want, it can be represented using single dimensional array. And first let's see what is the array, what is the meaning of array. So array is nothing but a collection of data or value of same type. So same type means if this is defined as int, so all the values should be integer only. It cannot have decimal value. So this is what I mean by same type. So and now if you want, if we have more than uh, one rows and one column, then we can represent that matrix using two-dimensional array. So here we have three row and three column, so it can be written as like this. So three row and three column. If it had four row and three column, then it will give four row and three column. Here it will give four and three, and the value will give accordingly. So this is having first row is having this many value, second row is having this many value, and third row is having this many. So this is how array is represented in C, written in C programming. Let's see single dimensional array in great detail. So the way we declare a single dimensional array is using the following syntax. So you have two syntax here. So you will give data type, array name or number of columns, semicolon. Otherwise we'll give data type, array name and number of columns and then the value. So let's see it by example. So we have declared one integer array and which is having five value, means five columns. And so when we can picture this array like this, so you will get a box like this, and this box will have, if you don't give any value, then it can have some value, or it can have 0 0 0 0 0 all in all boxes, and it depends on the compiler also. So this some compiler will give value as 0 in each box if we don't give any value here, or some compiler gives some junk value. And also the first element is always start from 0 position in array, and this is called index. So index 1, index 2, index 3, index 4, like this. So first value always start from 0 position in array. That you must keep in mind. Actually we should keep in our mind. And we have another array which is having five column, and we are giving value like this. So we can picture this array like this. So at first at position 0 we have 87, position 1 we have 67. So like this at position 4 we'll have this fifth element. So this is how array can be pictured using some diagram. So when you write array like this, it can be pictured like this. So now suppose this array is a kind of sequence of multiple values. So how can we access the different value we want? So suppose we want to access first element. So in that case, how what we can do is that we can say marks the name of the array, and we'll give the name this position. So first value if you want to access, you will get the 0 as a position, so you will, it will give you the value 87. Suppose if you want to access second value, so at that time what will you give is marks of 2, and it will return 67. Suppose you want to access this this 68, and it is at position third. So what you have to do is you have to give marks, and in this bracket instead of 1 here you will give this position third. So this is how array is, array value can be accessed. or you can use the value. Now you what you want to do is you want to change these values, like some of the value is by mistake you have given is wrong, so you don't want to change here, you want to change by some other way. So the other way is like this. So you will give the array name and the bracket and the position that which value you want to change. So you want to change first value here, you will give equal to 56. So whatever the value you want to change. And now you also want to change the second value at position 1, then you can change like this. So this is how you can access the value, you can change the value. And always remember the array start from 0 index. Let's see another type of array, means basically different data types. So you can have a array that can hold decimal value. So in that case you will say float and you will give the array name and the number of item you want, and in this case you can give the value in decimal value. Okay, so let's see program using array. Okay, so in this program we have a suppose we have a student and which is having 4 subject in a class, and each of these entry indicates the marks of that student in each subject, and we want to print the each subject marks. So in this case the final output should be like this: 55, 65, 75, 82. So we have program like this. So what will happen when we write the array like this? You can picture like this. You will have picture like this, and at 0 position we will have 55, at third position we will have 82. So when this program executes and control comes at this line, what will happen? Initially I will be 0, means since we have given I equal to 0, and then this condition I is less than 4 will be checked like this. 0 is less than, because I is 0, so I 0 is less than 4, this will become true. And then what will happen, it will, this condition, since this condition is true, then this will come here, this control will come here, and this will execute this. So marks of I, so it will be like this, it can be written like this: marks of 0. So here what will happen, I value is here 0, so marks of 0 is nothing but this 55. So 55 will get printed here. Marks of I is nothing but marks of 0 will become 55. So here this first time it will print 55. So next what will happen, this I plus plus will happen. When this I plus plus happens, this it will become 1, since it was 0 it will become 1 here. Now again in second step what will happen, this I, this condition will be checked. So we have I equal to 1 and I is less than 4, that is nothing but 1 is less than 4. So this condition is true, again it will come here, and this marks of I means I is here 1, so marks of 1 is 65. So in this case this 65 will get printed. So similarly in step 3 the marks of 2 will get printed, and step 4 marks of 3, marks of 3 means at third position we have 82, and then at finally it will become I will become 4, and this condition will become false. When I is 4, this I is less than 4 is nothing but 4 is less than 4, yes it is false. So what will happen, this program will stop when this condition is becoming false. So always keep in mind this array start from 0, so that's why we have started it from 0 here. Okay, so let's see another program. This is also another program of using array, and it calculates the average of marks average mark of that student. So now it is your turn to trace the program like this is called tracing. So it is your turn to trace the program like this, and you can say, basically I'll tell what exactly happening. We have the hmm, array of 4 elements, and that is marks of 4 subject of a student, and we have average variable, we have sum variable, and we have taken array. And what we are doing, we are calculating the sum. So basically we are adding all this number, and at the end what we are doing is we are dividing this sum by 4, and then we are displaying the average. So you can trace is what will happen at the first. It will be marks of 0, that is 55. So 55 initially the sum is 0, so 0 plus 55 will happen. Then again when it will come, then it will sum is 55, then 55 plus 65, like that. So you can trace the program like this. And let's see another C program using array and for loop. So in this program, the aim is to find the maximum uh, um, value that uh, user has, means the student has got. So in this, in one of the subject, user has got 82, and which is the maximum value. So how can we find that? So to find out, what we have to do is, we can write the program like, we can give the array, and then at the beginning we assume that the maximum value is at uh, position first position. So array of 0 will the max value hold first value, means array in the array. And then we have condition from next, means we are starting from 1 because we have already accessed the value 0 at 0 position. So now let's see how this program will work. So what will happen in first step? Now the value of max will be 55. So max is 55, and then this condition will be I equal to 1 and 1 is less than 4. Yes, this I value is 1. So 1 is less than 4. Yes, it is true. So what will happen? It will come inside this for loop, and this condition will get checked. So max value is 55, and marks of I is nothing but marks of 1, because I value is 1, and this marks of I will become marks of 1, and this marks of 1 at one position, this is 65. So what will be check this max? 55 is less than 65. Yes, 55 is less than 65, so it is true. So what will become? The 65 is greater, so what will do? Now max value will change now. So max will become max of I. So max of I is nothing but 65. So because I value is 1, so max will become 65. Then again I will execute, means the I value I plus plus will become, basically I value will become 2. So here same kind of operation will happen, and this will keep on happening until unless this condition become false, and this condition becomes false when I value become 4, and this condition will be false. So this is how array is used, single dimensional array is used. And thanks for watching. If you have any doubt, please feel free to comment. And if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and check out my other video to understand other C programming concept.